In today's noisy world, true solitude is rare. Our minds are constantly flooded with notifications, thoughts, distractions. But what if being truly alone wasn't something to avoid, but the very thing that could change your life? Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary samurai, believed just that. He lived most of his life in solitude, refining his craft, shaping his philosophy. In his final work, Dokkodo, or The Way of Walking Alone, Musashi left behind 21 timeless principles, a guide to living with clarity, focus, and purpose, all through the quiet power of solitude. In this video, we'll explore his unique vision and how learning to be alone might just transform your life. But before we dive into his teachings, let's take a moment to understand the man himself. Miyamoto Musashi was more than a warrior. He was a Ronin, a masterless samurai, born in 1584 in a Japan ravaged by civil war. His skill with the sword became legendary. He fought and won over 60 duels, many of them to the death. Yet his path wasn't one of blind violence. It was a deeper journey, a lifelong quest for mastery of self, carved through discipline, devotion, and above all, solitude. Musashi's solitude wasn't about abandoning the world or living like a monk. It was about mental solitude, an inner silence, a deliberate escape from noise. It meant training the mind to listen inward, to think clearly, and to live undistracted. Through Dokkodo, he gave us a map to live freely, without fear, regret, or the weight of the world's opinions. At the heart of his path is one powerful truth: being alone can awaken who you really are. Let's dive deeper into this. Musashi didn't see solitude as a withdrawal from life, but as a gateway to self-discovery and transformation. He believed that alone, without noise, we sharpen ourselves, our minds, our bodies, our spirits. In the quiet, we see clearly. In silence, we grow stronger. Away from judgment and external voices, we find who we are, what we stand for, and what we must let go of. Musashi wrote, "Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world." In that phrase lies a powerful invitation to release the ego, to shift your gaze outward and learn from everything around you. This way of living isn't about shrinking. It's about awakening. Through humble self-awareness and clear understanding of the world, we shape a new version of ourselves, one rooted in purpose. But how do we apply Musashi's ancient truths to modern life? Dokkodo, which translates as The Way of Walking Alone, was written just 1 week before Musashi's death. In it, he gave us concise, potent lessons that stretch far beyond the battlefield. One of the first: do not seek pleasure for its own sake. It's a reminder that chasing surface-level satisfaction through things, praise, or distractions doesn't bring lasting peace. Instead, fulfillment is found through discipline, through growth, through living from the inside out. Another of his powerful teachings: do not, under any circumstances, depend on a partial feeling. Musashi warns against acting on fleeting emotions. He teaches us to pause, to think deeply, to act deliberately. Only then can we live with true clarity. He also tells us, do not hold on to possessions you no longer need. But this lesson isn't just about physical things. It's also about old beliefs, outdated habits, even relationships that weigh us down. Letting go creates space for something greater to emerge. Perhaps most famously, he wrote, "Do not fear death. It's not a call to recklessness. It's a call to live, to meet each moment fully, to step boldly, to stop waiting and start being." And finally, he said, "Be detached from desire your whole life long." This is the heart of peace. It's not about apathy. It's about releasing the endless chase, about finding stillness even while you grow. These are only a few of the 21 principles Musashi shared, but together they form a code for life. One built on introspection, independence, clarity, and a fierce letting go of what no longer serves. Yes, the world has changed since Musashi walked it. We're more connected now than ever before. Technology, media, constant engagement. But connection doesn't always mean depth. Sometimes it means we never truly face ourselves. So how do we walk Musashi's path in this digital age? First, make time for solitude. Every day, carve out moments. No phones, no noise, just space. Take a walk. Sit in silence. Meditate. Reflect. Let your thoughts breathe. Second, try digital detoxing. Even 1 hour a day without your devices can feel like stepping into another world. A quieter one, a clearer one. It's not just healthy, it's revolutionary. Third, solitude isn't just physical, it's emotional and mental too. Learn to stand alone inside. Stop seeking approval. Stop comparing. Start trusting your own voice, even if it's different from the crowd. And finally, make solitude a ritual, like water or sleep, a sacred non-negotiable space where you return to yourself every day. Solitude isn't about escape, it's about power, about reclaiming the space within you that's been waiting to speak. Of course, solitude isn't easy. It can feel unnatural, scary even. We're social creatures, and being alone can sometimes trigger fear. But it's important to know, solitude and loneliness are not the same. Loneliness is painful. Solitude is healing. Loneliness is the absence of others. Solitude is the presence of yourself. And remember, you don't need to run off to the mountains. Solitude is a practice, a rhythm, a mindset. You can start right now with 5 quiet minutes, with a single breath, with one honest thought. And when discomfort comes, don't run, stay, because that discomfort might just be the doorway to your next version of you. Musashi understood that solitude breaks us open, but in doing so, it puts us back together stronger. His life, his words, his silence offer us a blueprint, not just to survive, but to transform. The journey of Musashi reminds us, the path to becoming who you truly are often begins alone. And just maybe, like him, you'll discover that solitude isn't an absence at all. It's the beginning of everything.